Live chat.
Live.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to the meeting, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, members. Welcome to the meeting of the Finance and Governance Committee at Newton Leeds Pavilion on the 14th of April 2026. The fire exits are at the front and back of the building of this hall, and the fire assembly point is in the car park at the front of the building. The toilets are located immediately behind me. Be aware the meeting is being recorded and may be streamed on our social media channels. The meeting will be held entirely in public except for the items.
There's no restricted items.
None items, right, that won't apply. Okay, and there are no members of the public who attend the meeting. Right, so can we go on to item number 1, please? Note apologies for absence.
Yes, Chair, we've had apologies from Councillor Kelly Wilson.
Thank you. Item 2, to note councillors' declarations of interest in matters on the agenda. Are there any members? No. Thank you. No. Item 3, to approve draft minutes of the previous meeting of the committee. You've all read them. Are there any amendments? Are they agreed? Agreed? Agreed. Thank you. That's approved. Item 4, public speaking time. We don't have any members.
Yeah, we don't have no representation.
Right. So item 5, to review and comment on the planning applications, and there aren't any.
There aren't. No, none.
So we've got away with that one as well. Straight on to item 6. To review and note financial management information report showing income and expenditure against budget for the year to 31st of March 2026. And I'll pass over to the finance manager.
Yes, obviously, I have been forewarning members of the council that we were anticipating a large underspend this year. The final figures have been done, and we actually had an underspend of just under 215,000 for the year ending to the 31st of March 2026. Would you like me to go through some of the main variances for you?
I think that would be
and
helpful.
for the viewing public. Okay, so there's several main items that made up this underspend, predominantly due to the delay in the building project, the refurbishment of Sycamore House Hall. So obviously, in terms of income, we had £47,000 more interest on our cash balances purely because of the delay in the project, and obviously we didn't need to pay any contractors. That's 47,000. We did actually quite well on the hire in the halls, Newton Leeds and Fenny Stratford. That had a combined increase in income of just over 12,400. Now, in terms of savings, underspend on expenditure codes, obviously we had 49k where we didn't pay any repayments on the Public Works Board loan. We also had just under 50k in savings on our salary budget, predominantly because we were carrying a vacancy throughout the year, and we were anticipating having Sycamore Hall up and running by then. But so obviously we planned in to have an additional member of staff during the year, which didn't happen. And also Sycamore Hall, we planned to be paying for additional security, other general running costs of the building, but obviously because it's not up and running, we didn't incur those costs. That's just under 13,000. The Christmas lights, because of the public realm development, we kept our current contractor on for another year, and we agreed to save about £12,000. So that was another underspend. The well-being, we had just under £12,000 saving on that, predominantly due to the swimming at the leisure centre. The uptake was substantially lower this last year than previous years, so that was not something we could anticipate. We didn't go ahead with the Fenny Poppers Festival, or the grant of Fenny Poppers, it didn't go ahead. We also had a budget for members' allowances, and no council members took up elected council members took up the opportunity to claim their members' allowance from the council.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, okay, Richard.
How much is that?
It was 6,300.
That's total.
That was the total budget we allowed for.
And what's the allowance for each member?
It changes every year. It's increased in line with inflation. It's something like £1,200 a year. I had to make an assumption. We have actually taken that out of the budget for 26-27 on the basis that we're not anticipating any further elections this coming year. It will be co-opted members only. And we had a large budget last year for legal fees. As you've got to be prudent when you're budgeting, things can come out of nowhere. There was a saving there of £6,000. And obviously with the winding down of Spotlight, we've been doing the necessary work to keep the building running, but it did result in a 5k underspend on the running costs of Spotlight. So they're the kind of main areas where we had additional income or we had underspends on expenditures.
Right.
Take any questions if you want.
Apart from Richard, anyone else have any questions? No, so we approve that. Yeah, go on.
So what are we doing with the underspend? Are we putting it back
At the moment, it is going into just general reserves. In terms of any transfers of reserves, that will be discussed at the annual meeting.
So say, for instance, we needed something in a particular area, we can take it out of general reserves.
No, that's not really the role of general reserves. The general reserves is to provide for unplanned expenditure, not just any expenditure should be budgeted for within the budget. It's not a good principle to just keep taking money out of reserves.
With the underspend on Sycamore House, is that because it's delayed? It's not put forward to this following year.
No, it all just goes into general reserves.
Right.
We can't carry over any underspends. Yeah. We have earmarked reserves for specific reasons that are kept to one side and are not within the general revenue budget, in particular the rolling capital programme. So,
within your package, you will notice that there is a list of the earmarked capital reserves. So if you really want to know what they are, looking within the pack and you'll find.
Obviously, the earmarked reserve, the rolling capital programme is gradually coming down now because obviously the payments to the contractor doing the refurbishment.
But the reserves are extremely healthy at the moment.
We've got Sycamore House and the refurbishment of the inside and the fixtures and fittings and stuff like that. Where's that money?
That's coming from the earmarked reserve for refurbishment, the rolling capital programme.
Right, that's okay. Got it.
Okay.
And there's adequate for that to take place.
Yeah.
Okay. So to note.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 7, to review and note cash and investment reconciliation to the 31st of March 2026.
Chair, I don't really have anything to add to this because it's fairly self-explanatory.
Right. Okay. To note.
Yep.
Thank you. Item 8, to review and note the council's balance sheet as of the 31st of March 2026. Any comment on that?
No comments on that.
Any questions? No, right.
But it does, yeah, to point out, it does show the level of reserves we're holding. So.
Yeah. To note, thank you. Item 9, to ratify a list of payments made or due to be made to the 31st of May 2026. Any comment on that?
Nothing really to add. Obviously, I think, I do apologise if it's not on there. I think the list would possibly include payments to the contractor.
There is one.
Yeah, there's one. So.
Yeah, because I didn't recognise it at first because it was some strange account name.
SMD.
No, there was another name.
Space Maker Development.
That's it. Yeah,
that's the full name.
When I saw that, I thought, what the devil was that? Then I saw it.
Acronym
contractor's
SMD.
name. Yeah. Right. So to ratify. Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much. Item 10, to approve expenditure on replacement of one of the landscape vehicles.
Okay, do you want to be talked through this?
Yeah.
This is coming from the environment manager. Have you all read the report?
Yeah, I was at the community environment meeting where he explained quite a lot about.
Yeah, obviously. So we do want to, this one vehicle that's been causing us lots of issues is coming, it really needs to consider replacement. So we're getting it fit to trade on for another vehicle if we get committee approval. We are looking at an electric vehicle because it would electric vehicle would suit the work. It's very local, short distances. Obviously, we have our climate change principles. And we've also asked. We've got permission from the landlord at Barton Road to install a EV charger. So with your permission, and also we have, when we took over the landscaping contract, we were given a 15k lump sum for mitigation purposes if there was anything additional we needed in terms of running costs. And this vehicle would be one of the items it's appropriate to use it for. So we are seeking approval to purchase a vehicle up to the value of £20,000, which is in within this committee's responsibility. They can authorise that expenditure to purchase an appropriate vehicle.
Have they decided on the type of vehicle?
No, it will be a small, similar size. You know, a very Telstar.
For electric,
electric 40.
Very good price for electric.
Yeah. So you know, you're looking at the Ford e-Transit Couriers 19490 plus VAT. The Nissan Telstar is 15989 plus VAT. Obviously, the vehicle that we are getting fixed will have a residual value that we'd be able to part X against another vehicle.
I think it's important that we leave the final decision, the detail of it, to the staff.
Oh yeah.
Because there are so many options out there in terms of quality of vehicle, type of vehicle, and so on. I mean, I think the report lists 4 style of vehicles that we can buy, but there are many others as well. So I think we should leave it to them to just find the best vehicle available for that price. Richard?
Is this 20,000? If it's £20,000, £15,000 to £20,000 less the price of the van, will that be including sign writing, the EV charger as well? Is that putting in the EV charger, which is about £1,000? Will that be within?
We're hoping, I believe, to get it all within that budget.
Within that budget, less the price of the van.
Yeah.
So
You've got to take
if it was any more, obviously we would.
say again?
We've got to take the signage off the old van as well, don't forget.
Yeah, of course.
And that costs
We're going to take it off and put it on. The same company.
Yeah.
Richard, did you want to come back in? Did you?
No, I was just. I was just saying that I saw the attempt to fix the previous gear, but come back, and then it was still not working basically. So
it's now currently in the garage. They have taken it back to repair. There's no cost at the moment. They have sent some parts, I believe, away to be tested free of charge.
And if I could just, Ali, as well, I think the issue is that type of van needs a good run out each week, like 50 or 60 mile run, where it's not doing that. It's doing short trips because that's what we don't need to do 50, 60 miles a week in it. So that's the problem as well. I
presume electric's ideal for that, especially on the
absolutely.
And then you mentioned the charging point. That's there for the future as well for others.
Exactly. Yeah.
Justin.
Apart from the cost of the car, is there any follow-up maintenance charges like insurance, road tax, etc.?
Well, that's within a separate budget, Justin. Okay. So, sorry.
We're talking about the capital cost of the
capital. We already budget vehicle tax and insurance for 3 large vehicles and the sit-on lawnmowers. So the insurance will effectively stay the same. There might be an additional premium for electric car, but that's not part of this cost.
I would have thought some of the costs are lower.
Vehicle tax,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, so to approve Do we approve? Are those in favour? As you know, thank you very much.
Brilliant.
In item 11, to note the outcome of any tender processes completed since the last meeting of the council. I'll have nothing to do with this one. It's to you.
This is just to note, really. Obviously, I believe you're all aware that we went out to tender for the dog poo bin emptying service. It was just 2 officers who analysed the returns, and the contract, 3-year contract, was awarded to the Shield Group.
One that we use all the time.
Sorry?
Is that the one we use?
No, it's a change of. Yes, I won't go into the tender analysis at this point, but it was awarded to the Shield Group.
And then the only thing that I spoke about was that, yes, I think it was the fact that if we had future dog bins or more dog bins, that it was the price was including dog bins put in for collection and stuff like that. As the parish grows, we're going to need to put more dog bins in.
Yeah,
but we've done that previously on Newton Lees, and obviously any additional collection goes through committee approval.
Yes.
And the citing of other bins. So that's through.
it's already been increasing this year, hasn't it? Yeah, the bins.
Yeah,
That's what it, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
We put some in last financial year, didn't we? Additional bins.
That's right, yeah.
Unfortunately. Right.
So that's just to note.
To note.
Yep.
To note. Thank you. That's it. That's the end of the meeting. Well, come on, it's got to be.
It's not a record.
That's not right.
Oh, it's not.
Well, so meeting ends at
7:45.
I've got
You've got to say goodbye
7:47.
to Keith. You've got
7:47. Yeah.
Keith, you've got to say goodbye.
Sorry?
You've got to say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any one member of the public, very nice of you to take part, and good night to you from us.
No.